Call of Duty World War II, you will always have the ability to equip a pistol onto your class unless you're taking something like the Rifleman basic training or something else that maybe grants a melee weapon, I'm not sure. But in general, you're going to have a secondary weapon in this game, and a lot of people aren't used to having secondary weapons because in recent games with the pick 10 system, the pick 13, whichever game you want to talk about, a lot of people gave up their pistol in favor of having more perks or more attachments or more equipment. People often gave up equipment as well, but a lot of people were used to giving up pistols, so a lot of people haven't played with pistols in a while, or just secondaries in general, so they might not really understand some of the best ways to use pistols. So I'm going to go over what I think of pistols in this game, how I think you should be using them, and then go through each pistol, give its stats, and explain why, what situations I think this pistol would be for. So starting off with what pistols are you good for? Obviously, if you have to reload in a fight, pistols are great, because you can swap to it very quickly and then finish off the opponent, especially if they're weak, or if you're getting rushed when you have to reload. I think it's Glads from Call of Duty 4 when you're doing the training mission says, or maybe it's Captain Price. One of them says that swapping to a pistol is always faster than reloading, and that's very true. If you have a pistol that you're confident in, especially if you only have to finish off people, or if you have a primary that's very limited up close, you'll see this, I talked about this in my Lewis gun video, or just any rifle gameplay that I have. If you see me using a rifle, it's very likely I swap to my pistol in very close range fights. Not only is it easier to maneuver with the pistol, but it's generally just going to be better up close because it can drop people very quickly. The 1911 in particular can 2-shot people, and the other pistol, the P08, can 3-shot people. So in close range, your pistol is very good. Also as a backup weapon, something that you can swap to quickly because pistols have a very fast swap time, and they're very I don't know what the word would be. They're very easy to use in close range. So use your pistols in close range. And when you have to swap, those are the main situations that I use a pistol in. And if you have a good pistol, you get good with a pistol and you're very confident in it, you're going to be able to do things in close range that you probably shouldn't be able to. And that's how I feel that I am able to do with the 1911 in this game currently. I think the 1911 is the best pistol in this game for me. At least, I don't think objectively hands down it's by far the best. But for me, at least, this is the best pistol and it's my favorite pistol to use in this game. And if you watch me live stream it all, I use this pistol a lot in close range fights. And I get a lot of kills that I probably shouldn't, even 2 or 3 pieces with this pistol sometimes. It's kind of absurd the things I do. It's very good. I really like the feel of this weapon. Unfortunately, I don't have any 1911 gameplay for this video because I just prestiged, so I didn't have it unlocked. And I didn't want to spend my permanent unlock token on it, so I was just using the P08, which is a close second in my book. The 1911 is the only pistol in Call of Duty World War II that can kill in 2 bullets. And to balance this out, the 1911 has the slowest fire rate, the lowest range, and the least amount of bullets in the mag. But if you're accurate with this pistol, it's very effective and it's very satisfying to use. The 1911 in this game really reminds me of the Black Ops 2 TAC-45. It's not identical statistically or anything, but I don't know, it just feels right, and the TAC-45 was the same way for me at least. I loved that pistol. A lot of people loved the B23R, the CAP-40 I believe it was called, the automatic one. But I always loved the TAC-45 the most, and it just always felt really right in my hands. And the 1911 will kill in 2 bullets up to 9 meters, or about 12 meters if you put on advanced rifling. But that may sound bad at first, only having 9 meters range and having the lowest in-class range. But the poor range doesn't really matter because you're only going to be using this in close range anyways. I don't think I've ever tried to use this pistol past 9 meters unless I had to reload or something and I just wanted to finish someone. It's very, very rare, and it's not ideal. It's generally just something I'm doing to be cocky or something that I'm just really feeling in the moment. It's not objectively a good choice in that moment. So I don't really care about this pistol's low range. It's fine the way it is, and I don't recommend using advanced rifling. If you wanted to put attachments on this, I would say put on steady aim or put on extended mags. The strength of the 1911 is its 2-hit range, so if you want a pistol in very close range, and you have a good feel for aiming this weapon, then the 1911 is going to be a very, very good pistol for you. If your aim isn't the best or you just don't have a good feel for it or whatever, it's likely not going to be a good pistol for you because you do have to kind of pace your shots. If you're just trying to spam out all of your bullets as fast as possible, you might miss some, and then you would probably be better off with the P08, which is the other semi-automatic pistol in Call of Duty World War II. This pistol has 1 extra bullet in the mag compared to the 1911, and that's not really going to matter too much because it actually takes 1 more bullet to kill in its ideal range. It's going to be a 3-hit in its ideal range. But it does have a faster fire rate than the 1911. The P08 will fire at 428 rounds per minute, while the 1911 fires at 342. If you really like to spam your pistol fast, and you feel like you have a good trigger finger, and you like to just get out all your bullets really quickly when you see an opponent, then the P08 is likely going to be a pistol you enjoy using. And I have some friends who love using this pistol because they love that style of gameplay. They don't really like the calm and measured aim style of the 1911 where you really have to hit your shots. They just like throwing all their bullets out there really quickly because they feel taking advantage of their fast trigger finger gives them a better chance to win in that fight, whereas I feel taking advantage of my good aim gives me a better chance to win in that fight. And finally, we have the machine pistol, which is probably the easiest pistol to use in the game. This pistol has a much faster fire rate than the other two at 722 RPM, and like the name implies, it's fully automatic. But it also has the lowest damage. In its ideal range, this pistol will kill in 4 hits, and it has a low magazine for how fast it shoots. It has 10 rounds in the mag, which is the highest capacity of the pistols, but the fact that it shoots so fast and takes the most shots to kill, it's actually a very one-and-done pistol. Like, you're very rarely going to be able to kill multiple opponents, or if your aim is off, you're likely going to die. As it outputs the entire mag very quickly, so if, like, say you shoot like your first like 5 shots and you're not on target for some reason, you have to be pretty much perfect from that point on if you want to get the kill versus like a full health opponent. So I just really don't like this pistol at all. At least the other two. I think the P08 has an 8 round clip and the 1911 has a 7. So there's a little bit more room for error, whereas with this gun, I guess it's about the same amount of room for error. It just doesn't feel the same because this pistol like shoots so quickly. If your aim is very on point, it is a very effective pistol, but I just feel more comfortable with the 1911 for whatever reason. So overall, I think the 1911 is the best pistol in this game because of its ability to kill in 2 shots up close, and I have good enough aim to where I feel like I could take advantage of that consistently, and it just feels very good in my hands. I think that each pistol in this game has something that it excels at, and it has like a defined like way that it can be very good. In like a competitive match versus like all very good players, the machine pistol would probably be the best one, just because it's like the easiest to use. And you're not gonna get away with as much bullshit as you will in like public matches. So like in competitive matches, people probably use the machine pistol unless it's banned. I'm not really sure. I haven't followed that yet in this game. But for me in public matches, I really like the 1911, and I really like the things that I can do with it and the things that I can get away with. But at the end of the day, you should just use whichever pistol feels right for you. And these pistols don't vary in stats enough to where I really think, well, they vary in stats, but I don't think that one is like as head and shoulders above the rest. It's just really that the 1911 fits my playstyle more. So if you really like the P08 or if you really like the machine pistol, just use that, because at the end of the day, it's a feeling thing. Whichever feels good for you is probably going to be the best pistol for you, because neither of them really have that much of an advantage or disadvantage versus the others. That's going to be it for this video, guys. I hope you found it useful, and I hope you learned something useful in this video, especially that you should the number one thing I want you to take away from this video is that you should use what feels comfortable, especially when it comes to pistols, because they really aren't that different at the end of the day. They have like different play styles that each one goes for, but at the end of the day, it's a pistol and it's not your primary, and it's only going to be used in very specific niche circumstances. So like I said, that's going to be it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed this video, a like rating is appreciated, and if you're new here, consider subscribing for more Call of Duty World War II content. Thank you all for watching.